Okay, here we go with that continuation video of how to attack problems when you're trying to make a point or a blade or something. And this is still wet too. This is off that other piece I had in the water soaking. I explained in the video that I'm adding on to this one, the first one where I had the point almost finished and tried to thin the base and broke it. That this was real hot, and I put it in water to cool it down. I took it out of the kiln. It was too hot to take out. But the reason I did that is because it's cool in the morning and I want to do this video and I don't have to run my fans and my air conditioning, which makes so much noise. Now all I'm doing while I'm talking right here is just setting up some platforms, and I'll explain this to you in a minute. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to do it later on today. So it's a good time to do it, so I took a chance. And I said these rocks might just fall in half because they were pretty hot when I put the water on them. Actually, I soaked them in this thing of water right here, and now I'm dropping everything. So what I've done here is I've hit this way and made me a continuous platform. And I'm going to start coming through here to take all this out. I'm going to take the high spot out first, and every time I take it out, it leaves a ridge for me to follow on. And I'm looking for, I see one bad spot in it where it looked like that cooling it off might have caused a crack in an internal fracture. I'm going to try to get it out right now, and because I'm trying to get it out, I'm not explaining what I'm doing. I got a too steep of a bevel to hit on, so I'm coming into it from this direction and trying to make it, well, it wasn't steep enough, what I should have said. All right, now I'm gonna hit right here, up high, and try to drive that off, and that's where that, looks like an internal fracture is going right across there. I got a stubborn spot here. I shouldn't be hitting on it, but I kept on hitting on it. I couldn't reach it with my billet. It was too big around to get in there to it. Yeah, it is a fracture. We're probably gonna break this one. I don't see it on this side, and we got pretty meat over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grind down on this baby. I already got some platforms set up, isolated, as you can see. And I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna hold it off here to the side and hit straight into it. There we went. Still there. You can see that pencil line. It's up in that crack deep. All right, I'm gonna hit this way. I'm hitting down. I'm turning this edge up. I'm gonna turn over and try to run one this way. That got every bit of it out this way, but it's still running up here. So what I'm gonna do, if you can see, I got a ridge running this way. So I'm gonna grind real good. I'm gonna try to hit coming this way. There we go. Now then I'm gonna come back in here and raise this one up. Now I'm gonna try to go this way, like this. Got it out. Now, I'm gonna grind it. I'm looking for platforms. There's one there. I didn't make it. I'm just looking for stuff that's setting up natural. Now we're gonna work on this base. And what I'm thinking about working on this base is I see a ridge running just like this, one this way and one this way, like a little cross. So I'm gonna try to hit this one first. So I'm gonna hit down here to set it up. Just putting a little pocket in it. And I'm gonna try to hit this way. This is how I broke the other one. Like I said, probably was me. I probably didn't have it here. I concentrate too much on where I'm hitting and not where I'm holding when I'm doing videos. Okay, this was a good one. Anyway, I can't get it right back like it was, but it came all the way down to here, and it followed that. So now I got this ridge here to follow. So what I'm gonna do, I've already got a thick spot, you can see. So I'm gonna hit on it If I can hit it. There we go. That worked real good. I hit right here on this 6 spot. And that went off and went all the way out to there. Now, this is real flat, and this is still got convexity. So I'm gonna grind on this baby again. I'm gonna take my pressure flaker and set me up some better platform. And I'm using my pressure flaker because I'm gonna use width down here on the tip. And when I'm hitting to set them up with that billet, I might hit off a little bit and lose some width on it. And I don't want to lose any width. I'm gonna get right on the edge of this and press down. Keep it wide as I can. Yeah, my neighbor mowing his grass on a 0-turn mower, and it rained all night, and it's so wet it's unreal. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, now, I almost started without explaining. I got me a continuous platform set right here. I'm gonna come across like this. You should pressure flake this. You should never hit on it. But because I sell thin preforms like this, small and big, make them real thin. But people learn pressure plate want them like that. And to do that, I gotta thin them as quick as possible. Speed is my money. So if I'm gonna make money off of them, sell them as cheap as I do, I can't be pressure flaking. I got to do it with percussion because percussion is so much faster. And that's gone. That is real thin right through there, I mean thin. So now I got this bad hump over here, and I wouldn't even worry about pressure flaking it, but it's got a little dip right in it, a hinge right where you need to hit, a little small hinge. So I'm gonna take that out. Give me a little isolated platform. So now you can see it's isolated. Got me a little isolated platform right there. Down hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, and just going back, tapping on it like building a platform. Moving little bitty pieces out, is all I did. They look real good. All right, now we got this side pretty flat. I think what I'm gonna do, I was looking it over, is try to take this out. So I'm gonna come this way with it. Remember I said I hardly ever hit straight in. You see the way it went? Now I'm gonna come back and roll this edge up. Then I'm gonna roll it back down a little bit. I'm just turning this edge. I'm gonna set me a pretty strong platform up to remove all that mess, which I did. Now I'm gonna come over here and bring this edge up. And I'm gonna hit right here. I got a ridge here is what I'm doing. I'm kind of isolating this platform. See how it's isolated? So I'm gonna grind it and I'm gonna hit on it. And I hit on it, but I didn't hit on it in the right place. I missed it. And I should have stopped and ground my platform. I hit again, and because it was too sharp of an edge, it didn't remove much. So I'm gonna grind another one. Now we got it out of there. There went that ridge. All right, now, so we're gonna come over here. This is a very complicated side. It looks like you plowed with a plow, making a garden, or you dug a ditch through here. All of this is concave like my hand, like this. So I'm gonna move this first to help eliminate that. And I think I'm gonna isolate me a platform by pressure flaking it to do that. That way I won't get into it and make it any worse than what it already is. All right, I got me an isolated platform right here. It's like a little dip where I can hit in right there. That worked real good. Now I'm gonna do it on this side. Okay, this one's a little more difficult. I don't have much wobble room on this one. I gotta come right through here, but I also gonna take one off here. There's a ridge here. I'm gonna move this one first, so I'm gonna grind it. And what I gotta do is I got to hit just like this and take it off that way. So I'm gonna put it, I can hit like this better than I can, so I'm gonna put it like this and barely come in. Boy, it worked perfect. Now, what did it do? What happened because of it, it really isolated this platform and it's on that ridge. And that took that whole plowed area out right there because I took this side off and this side off. So now I'm gonna pressure plate the opposite side and meet this plate run over halfway, about 3/4. I'm gonna come meet it from this side and see if I can stabilize it. Well, I don't know if that's the word to use, but balance it out. There we go. Now I got a big old isolated platform. It's gonna give me room to get that whole side of that thing in there to come across and balance it out. That did it. Now I'm gonna hit on this part right here. Now, if you can see, all of this in here is flat. We got a ridge right here. I'm gonna come down this ridge. I'm gonna isolate me a platform and shoot down the ridge. And this is something that's important sometimes. For a long time when I made arrowheads, I thought you were supposed to hit straight across them. When I was learning how and teaching myself when I was like 15 years old, I'm 75 now. But I thought you had to hit straight across them. And then when I got to meeting Saulberger and Jim Riggin and D.C. Waldorf and Don Calberg and quite other three people that were flint kniffing, I realized sometimes you angle your stuff, you follow that ridge. So what I mean, instead of hitting across like this, I'm gonna hit this way and follow that ridge. That left me a ridge with a platform already on it. So what I did is I took this flake out here, right there, and that left this one, and I took this flake out. So now this has got a little area in here, another little tilt like you're going down a hill. I got a slight ridge here, and I'm gonna take it out while I'm on this side. Not much of a ridge, so I don't wanna hit it hard. I don't wanna take much out. Okay, I got it isolated. I'm gonna grind it. Now, I hope you can see it when I try to, I don't know which angle to try to hold it, but it's a ridge running right through here. This is all a low area. Woo, what a plate. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, I've been saving this for last because this is the most difficult part. I like to procrastinate. I'm putting it off. I still got a big old square knot right here, right in the center of it. But since it's in the center, you always want to leave your center. It's best to leave your center thicker and thin your ends first, if you can. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't sure how deep that crack went in this rock when I started on it. And if I went to thinning that center, I could have broke it real easy, and I still might break it. but I'm trying to come into it. There we go. I'm hitting down towards me. It's not across. So I'm gonna do it again and draw it out and explain it to you. I'm making me a point. It's a square edge. I made me a point right there, and I got the point below the center line. It's above it looking like this, but when I turn it over, it's below it. And that's what I want to do, turn it over and hit it. So now, not only did I make that point, I dipped me out a little area where I could come in and hit the center line. I'm going to try to hit just like this. Now I'm going to grind it just a little bit, and I'm going to hit with this part of my billet right here and go that way. And I hope I can catch all of that. There we go. Now I'm going to repeat myself again. Exactly what I did. Look how narrow the square edge. I'm just bringing it in. So this time I'm going to hit on the other side, because I've got a real good ridge over here to hit on. And I think it's going to be gone, because tapering it, I got rid of that square edge. Sort of like you're working on the end of a Danish dagger. And I've got me a platform right here, if you can see it. It's going down like my thumb, and there's the ridge. So I'm going to come in here and tap on an angle like this, and I round it off. Got another little ridge. I'm just following these natural ridges, and I'm not grinding it, because I was hitting on top of it. And I wasn't hitting very hard because I was hitting on top of it. You notice I was lightly tapping down on it. And I'm going to show you what I mean hitting on top of it. There's no need in grinding if you're hitting on top of it. It's like I hit on top of my leg, there's nothing to grind. It's already flat and solid. No need making a step platform like a step or something. Now I ground this, and I wasn't going to do it, just natural. But I'm hitting up here. This is the top of it. Now I got to grind it and got a platform, might as well use a platform. But if I didn't have it, and I wasn't hitting hard, if you get away with it, just lightly tapping down like this. That little ridge right here. Kind of pressure flake it out. There we go. I'm gonna pull this edge up. Lightly tap on this side. A little higher, right on the edge, running down it. It's probably not noticeable enough for you to see it on with my phone I'm recording with, but all this is a little high right in here, right through here. So I'm gonna just slightly tap down on it. Look and see how far my flakes are running to make sure I got my angles right. Yeah, and I'm hitting right out here on this end point. Gotta be accurate. Okay, this one's ready. Boy, you can pressure flake this one, take this ridge off, these right in here and here. Run a pressure flake through here like this, and this baby will straighten the edges up and it'll be real thin. I don't know if you can tell how thin it is. When the edge is wavy, it makes it look wider. It's kind of hard to tell the thickness on it. But these are the ones I sell, and I don't know how long it took. I'm gonna do something else to make this one. I hadn't looked at my timer or anything, but stopping and trying to explain to you what I'm doing, and it takes probably 15% or 20% more time. So I have to make them fast, I'm telling you. I try to sell them around $2 an inch, and some of them are less according to how thick they are. And how long they are. And I make finished arrowheads to hunt with too. I might set them with the all weighing almost the same. All right, this is what I looked at, and I need to pressure flake this out. I really do. But I've got a big deep flake that runs right there at Horseshoe. And try to come this way and this way into it on both sides of it to thin it out. And that's a high risk move, but I'm gonna try it. It was a high risk move because I didn't hit the right place, but I got it out when I hit it the second time. I went higher up and took it out, but when I didn't hit it right the first time, I created me another problem. I'll have to come through here like this, see if I can get it out. But I mean, these aren't no problems. This is stuff that'll pressure flake right out of there. Okie dokie, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I gotta get some AC on, it's getting hot. Y'all have a blessed day, and don't forget I sell mostly preforms now. I've got out of the hauling the big rock around and selling it. Ryan Gill bought 7,000 pounds of my rock. He's down in Florida, and he has his own YouTube deal, and Primitive Waves, I think is what it's called, Pathways. But anyway, Ryan Gill is his name, and I suggest y'all want to buy bulk stuff, get with him. But anyway, I'm still selling preforms and spalls. Y'all have a blessed one.